Hello, my name is Emily Lawson, and for my case study, I'll be referring to my client as Gloria. Gloria is a 62-year-old retired African-American female who enjoys painting, needlepoint, looking nice, and going to the beauty show every week. She has been treated for a left CVA with right side hemiplegia. She continues to have increased tone in her hand and elbow and inattention to her affected side. She can perform simple grasp tasks, but struggles with fine motor movement and coordination. She requires minimal assistance in lower body dressing, but refuses to use any adaptive devices. Treatment objectives for Gloria are increasing her fine motor skills, digit opposition, tracking, and visual field on her affected side to improve independence and self-care. Also, to decrease her tone and increase her range of motion and muscle management in her right upper extremity, along with balance and flexibility in order to perform lower body dressing without assistive devices. Hi Gloria, how are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. So I read over your occupational profile, and from what I read, I think that our first intervention would be best to do paint by number. Do you know what that is?
I've heard of it, but it's been a little while since I've done it.
So paint by number is going to be where there's a color in each section of your picture. I'm going to hold this up so they can see it. And in each number, there's a color assigned with it. So number 2 will be yellow, number 1 will be red, and so on. So this will help you with stretching and bending your elbow, because I know you have a lot of tone, so when you reach for the paint, reach for the water, and reach here. So also help you with opposition of opening and closing your hand. And then I know that painting is one of your interests, and this can also be applied to when you're putting your makeup on. So I want you to go ahead and test this out and see how it goes for you.
Okay.
And while you do that, I'm going to explain a couple things.
Okay.
So this is a rehabilitative frame of reference. Through the repetition of participation in the activity, she's representing the ability to perform the tasks at hand. This will involve using fine motor skills for grasping the paintbrush and staying inside the lines. Reaching and stretching are affected the arm by dipping the paintbrush in and reaching to the paper. It will also increase her range of motion in her right upper extremity. Her tracking and visual field will also be at use to look at the numbers and then turn over to look at the paint, which is over to her right on her affected side. This activity can be graded up by decreasing the size of the area of the number, or by making a smaller diameter paintbrush for her to hold, making her have stronger opposition. It can be graded down by increasing the size of the numbered area and giving her a larger diameter paintbrush. This appeals to her interests because she enjoys painting. It will also assist with her ability to do her makeup through the fine motor skills that will be increased and her attention to detail with this activity. Go, Gloria.
Oh, I think I finished it.
Oh, that's beautiful. You can put that on the fridge for your granddaughter. Okay, Gloria, so for our next intervention, we're going to be doing chair yoga. Have you heard of that before?
I haven't.
So this is a less intense version of yoga. Instead of being on the floor, we're going to sit in the chair, and this will help with your balance, and it's going to help with lower body dressing because we're going to have better coordination and strength later on. And because we're sitting in the chair, we won't be pushing on our hands, and we won't be using as much strength, so it's not too much for you.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. This is going to be a biomechanical frame of reference. By use of proper biomechanics, we'll be reducing her tone. It'll also improve the strength and range of motion in her affected side. This will increase the range of motion and muscle management in her right upper extremity. It will decrease the tone in her right upper extremity through using stretches. It will also increase her balance and flexibility in order to increase independent completion of her lower body dressing without having to use adaptive equipment or assistance from others. This activity can be graded up by making the yoga stretches more intense or by even moving to floor yoga. It can be graded down by decreasing the intensity or the difficulty of the yoga. This is going to be easy to use throughout her daily routine, and it will increase her independence in lower body dressing, so this appeals to her personally. Okay, so are you ready, Gloria? We're going to start with some stretches.
Okay.
Okay, bring your hands in to heart center. We're going to scoot forward in our chair so we have our bottom at the edge of the seat. Bring your hands back to the center. And you can go ahead and put your leg down. So I can go ahead and send you home with some links to other videos or a printout of today's session. But this is something you can just do in the morning and you can easily work it into your routine. Does that sound like something you'd like to do?
Yeah, I could definitely do that.
Yeah, and then this way you don't have to use an adaptive device or rely on someone else to dress your lower body.
Oh, that would be so good.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you.